suggestions. They're going to make things up on the spot, and everything's going to be awesome, and everybody's going to have a great time and go home at the end of the night. But what that means is you guys are a huge part of this. If we don't get suggestions from you guys, then we can't do what we do, those guys can't do what they do, and nothing's going to happen. So we need your help. How's that sound? Oh, come on, I know it's late. Come on, how's that sound? On the count of three, everybody scream as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm talking about. Let's meet the cast. Up first, we got Saria Ahmed. Keep it going for Aaron Aldhouse. And Tom Frisbee. Up next, Mr. AJ Green. And JD Green. And last but not least, Mr. Ryan Kemp. My name is Carter Jones, and I'll be your host for the evening. Thank you guys so much for coming. Who's ready for the first game? Let me hear you say yeah! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about for this game. I need JD, Aaron, Kemp, Saria, and myself. All right, big hand for these guys right here. This little game that I call Do Run. What I need from you guys to make this work is a one-syllable name. Josh.
Yeah.
Josh. Josh is what I heard. All right. I know a guy and his name is Josh. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
He was rich, his house was posh.
A do run, 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 a do run, run. Shoo-doo, yeah.
And he liked to mosh.
A do-doo, yeah.
You got dirty, needed a wash.
Shoo-doo, yeah.
He liked his galosh.
A do run, 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 a do run, run. His favorite thing to eat, boy, it was squash. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
He had a lot to say, and now it was gosh.
A do run, 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 a do run, run.
Shoo-ba-doo, yeah. And he liked to play bosh. Shoo-ba-doo, yeah.
My friend's name is Boss.
Shoo-ba-doo, yeah. He had a Russian sister named Sash.
All right, let's do another one. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. How about a one-syllable object? Anything you want it to be. One-syllable object. Kite is what I heard. Kite. All right. My favorite thing is to fly a kite. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
If I was God, I would like to smite.
A do run, run, shoo-doo, yeah.
And I'll turn off the light.
A do-doo, yeah.
Let's go get a bite.
A do-doo, yeah.
He had a lot of might.
A do run, 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 a do run, run. My favorite Corolla, it is white. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
If it's dark, then turn on the light.
A do run, 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 a do run, run.
Shoo-ba-doo,
Yeah.
Watch out or I'll bite.
A do-doo, yeah.
Don't start a fight.
A do-doo, yeah.
None not quite.
All right, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do it even faster. So let's go back to name. I need a one-syllable name.
Kim!
Kim. Let's go with Kim. All right. I know a girl and her name is Kim. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
She wants to run, we met at the gym.
A do run, 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 a do run, run. Shoo-doo, yeah.
And she knew it was slim.
A do-doo, yeah.
You going out with him?
A do run, 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 a do run, run. She worked out, she liked to swim. A do run, 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 a do run, run.
Stop, 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 you may have to go.
Shoo-doo, yeah.
I like to eat some dip.
A do-doo, yeah.
That man's Henry Tim.
A do-doo, yeah.
Sim.
A do run, 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 a do run, run. Big hand for these guys. All right, it's ready for the next game. Let me hear you say yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This game is for AJ and Tom. Big hand for AJ and Tom. This game is called Ring My Bell. And what's going to happen is they're going to do a scene. At any point in time in that scene, I can ring this bell like that, and they must change the very last thing that was said. Tom, can we give them an example? being trained in?
What?
Right in your house. Woodworking. We'll go with woodworking as your suggestion to be inspired by. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ring My Bell.
So, I can't wait to get down to I want to work some wood.
All right, well, look.
Huh?
This is lesson 2. Lesson 1 was keep all your fingers. You failed. So, lesson 1 was keep all of your fingers. You seem to have done that. Woo! Lesson 1 was keep all of your fingers. You lost an entire hand. We're going to have to start over.
Damn it. I really like that hand. I use it for a lot. I really like that hand. I use it to write. I really like that hand. It's what I drove with. I really like that hand. It's how I comb my hair. I really like that hand. It's how I wash my body. I really like that hand. It's what I use for my deodorant. I really like that hand. I used it to stick it up my butt. Now I can't do it anymore.
Actually, I think it might be easier now. You don't have those fingers getting in the way.
This is true.
So, we'll get onto that later. First, we're going to start with this saw. Okay, this is a table saw. Here is a big piece of wood. Here is a baseball bat. Here is a gun. Here is mom. Here is my mom. Here is a small child that we don't know who it is. Get off. Okay, now, look, this is a different kind of saw. This time we've got a foam blade on it so it can hurt your other hand.
Okay.
All right, so this time we're going to take this big tree trunk here, put it here. Now, go like you're going to saw that in half, and you might have to use the stump to like push something. All right, and go.
Wood. That's how I hurt my head last time.
That's kind of like the ninja way of doing it. That's kind of like the samurai way of doing it. It's kind of like the taekwondo kind of way of doing it. That's how the Russians do it. Now, if you want to go in that kind of communist way, you can do that. But this is a capitalist society, and as anybody knows, that's just not going to go here.
Well, yeah, why not?
Do you not watch Fox News? Do you not watch Sean Hannity? Do you not listen to Ted Cruz? Do you not listen to everything that comes out of the White House?
Why, yes, I do.
All right.
I'm not sure how I missed it then. No mind.
All right, so we're going to here. Okay. Now, all right. Try this again. I think you almost got it.
I'm trying.
All right. We're going to go, hopefully, 3 days from log to table.
Long take? 3 days.
3 days.
That's a while.
All right. Well, I take 4 with the hand.
That's a long time. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Okay, good. I think you've got the motion going now. Now stop. Now we're going to go to the real saw.
You
Okay.
haven't been wasting my time here?
I told you it was a foam blade, don't you remember?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
Here you go. Here's the real thing. All right. Like this one. All right.
Damn, baby. Woo! Fuck that. My bad, boss. I'm sorry, guy. I sure didn't mean that. Was that your eye? I was going for your shoulder. Man, I hit you in the face.
Yeah, Jerry. This is not good work. Okay. I'm not even really sure where to go from here. I'm not sure you're going to get this woodworking thing.
No, really, give me another shot. I promise I can do it.
Another shot and I'll be blind in both eyes.
This game is for JD and Saria. Big hand for JD and Saria, everybody. This game is called Gibberish Lecture. JD is here to give you guys a lecture on something that she's an expert on. However, the thing about it is she only speaks gibberish, and Saria will act as her translator. So what I need from you guys to get things rolling is how about an interesting topic to give a lecture on, something obscure to give a lecture on.
GI pathology.
GI pathology?
Wow.
GI pathology. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, gibberish lecture.
Welcome, friends, to the Coffee House readings. Today we have Rosalind Chu, our special guest, for her lecture on GI pathology.
Sì, scombastato. Nania, così, casa.
My first birth took place on a mountain. I was alone. Alone. Only me and my stomach.
Sentao, passa na minha. Kusana passa. Kimuta ka. Shuku saku paka. Sika ka. 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 Ka.
It was the weirdest thing for me. I had a dream the night before. A weird dream. I was in bed, and these monks came out of nowhere and started shooting at me and my newly birthed baby. And I went back to sleep.
Sabiamo caso. Così avvocano. Chi canno shan? Tu cazzi teso. Tu shan. Chi ba. Chi ti ca.
I woke up the next morning, and I had this weird vibe. Dance. I was pregnant, of course. And I decided to make my long trek up the mountain, my yearly walk. But this was the first year I did it while pregnant.
Siamo sana. Usa jana. Pasa. Si baka. Pushi sendo pojana. Baka. Digo. Digo let's like.
I had my cane, my baby, and I started dancing up the mountain. I remember the dream.
insieme.
That was it.
All right, who's ready for the next game? We say, oh yeah! Oh yeah! This game is called Murder, Murder, Die! When I say murder, murder, you say die! Murder, murder! Die! Murder, murder! Die! All right, but we need Tom, AJ, and Aaron to leave the room. Go on, get on out. Yeah! Big hand for these guys. They're big fun. So how this is going to work is there's been a murder here. There's a dead body right here on the floor. We've got 4 different detectives who are going to come in and try to figure out what happened. We're going to start with Kim. And he's going to know from you guys here in a second the location of the murder, the occupation of the person that was murdered, and the weapon they were murdered with. And it's his job to try to get them to figure out what's going on with those 3 objects as they come in. The thing about it is, they can only speak in gibberish and with charades. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. All right. So, and then at the end of the game, we'll check with them and see if they figure out what the location is, what the occupation is, what the weapon is. So, what I need from you guys first is a location where a murder might happen.
Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
And the next thing I need is an occupation of the person that was murdered. Cowboy. A cowboy. And then how about an interesting weapon? Dippin' Dots! Lollipop! Dippin' Dots! We'll go with lollipop.
So, to refresh, I am at Willy Wonka, not Charlie's Chocolate Factory. I am a cowboy, so I guess my TV, and I use the lollipop. Now, to help me get started, to get them to know that we're starting, please join me in yelling murder. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, murder!
Was it an ice skating rink?
Aaron?
I forgot, so I'm with an ice skate.
AJ?
Willie Wonka's chocolate factory.
All right, how about what was the occupation of our person who had been murdered?
Cowboy.
Okay, all right, what do you think it was?
Wild West Cowboy.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking sheriff until everybody cheered on Cowboy. So Cowboy.
There we go, good job. And the weapon that was used?
Ice cream?
No. Okay.
Lollipop.
There you go. All right, let's run to the next game. Let me hear you say, yeah. This game is for Kim, Aaron, and Saria. Big hand for Kim, Aaron, and Saria. This game is called One Voice Interview. And what's going to happen is Kim is the host of a show, and he is interviewing somebody on an interesting topic. However, the catch is that Saria and Aaron must speak at the same time in unison for everything that they say to answer these questions. So what I need from you guys to get this rolling is what's an interesting topic that somebody could be an expert on?
Fungus.
Fungus. Ladies and gentlemen, One Voice Interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WPFD. I'm your host, Tom Bundilo. And I tell you right now, we have got ourselves an expert here in the field of something I'm quite fond of. If you've ever played the Mario series, you know a little bit about mushrooms. So we got ourselves an expert in the field of fungi. So can you please tell us, what got you interested in fungi and fungi-related materials?
Well, if you are anything like me, you realize fungus is everywhere.
It is. I did not know that. Where could I find it? Give me 3 things off the top of your head.
On your feet, nose, and actually your knees.
My knees. I always thought they'd be fungus-free. You know, if I was to find a good soap or something to get rid of fungus, what would be the best type of antibacterial substance?
Well, it would be cat soap.
Cat soap. Can you please tell me the difference between soap and cat soap?
Sure. Cat soap is where you take cats and you make soap out of them, and you also put in some fragrance to override the cat smell.
Let's say cats. Can I just use some violence strips?
Yes.
A simple, straight to the point answer. I'm glad to know. I have a few questions. Can you give us your favorite type of fungus, and then right after that, the Latin translation of that?
My favorite fungus is the one that I draw every night before sleep.
And that is?
Green slime fish.
Green slime fish. That's my favorite fungus too. Can you please give us that long Latin name?
Sure. It's Streptococcus lalame atuitete.
Something new every day. I do have a couple more questions, and I'm sorry, I'm going to ask them really fast, so I'm going to need as fast a response as you can give me. One, what does Stripolo, whatever mic. Give great detail, but as fast as you can. I'll let you get that one first.
It's like a cat with two eyes and a big nose, and the nose is whiskers and like spinach.
I know fungus eat off a lot of dead things. What are 5 dead things this primarily eats?
I would say a pigeon, a horse, and a cat, your mom, and
Okay, so we'll avoid going back home. If you could, what is the greatest medical book that you can use to describe a fungal infection?
The greatest medical book, I actually wrote it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I was going to just ignore this, but we went through everything so fast. Can you read us a paragraph out of that?
I brought it with me, didn't take you fast, thought you didn't realize I was an author too.
I'm smarter than I look. She's, you can't tell right now, but she's slipping to page 56. Let's go.
only animals that can fly make for good soap, and they will easily get rid of the fungi in your bathroom.
So if you can find a bat, that is what you need right now. We have time just for you to promote your website. Can you please give us that website?
Yes. www.fungusisyourbestfriend.com.
Thank you. I just want to remind all the ladies I've ever been with that fungus is in fact the best. So
Say yeah! Yeah! All right, this game is for JD, AJ, and Tom. Big hand for these guys right here. This game is called Good, Bad, Ugly. So what we have here is an advice panel that's going to be answering your questions. And they're good, bad, ugly advice panel. JD is going to give you good advice, AJ is going to give you bad advice, and Tom's going to give you downright ugly advice that you probably really shouldn't listen to. So all we need to get this rolling is just questions from you guys. What sort of things do you have in your life that you need help with, that you need advice on? Anything at all? Yeah, right here.
I'm really trying to get into grad school because I want to be a teacher, and I'm just jumping through the hoops. And what is a good way for me to just really get my life together and get regimented?
Okay, this man's trying to get into grad school to become a teacher, is that correct?
Yeah.
A teacher, and he wants to know a good way to get his life together so he can be regimented.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you right now, going to grad school will not get your life together. It's just not. But something that you could do in terms of determining what you want to go to school for, what kind of teacher you want to be, I would say talk to some experienced educators, find out maybe where they went to school, where their area of expertise is, to kind of surround you with people who are interested in doing the same thing that you do, while also paying attention to the contemporary and the current literature in your field, so that you aren't just coming out a teacher, but you're coming out ready to further your field.
Yeah. So you want to get your life together, go to grad schools, and be regimented. Well, first thing you need to do is sign up for the Army. And after about 3 days in, that will give you enough routine for your regiment to follow that for the rest of your life. Then 3 days in, shoot yourself in the foot. That will get you discharged from the Army and will get you the GI Bill, which will pay for grad school. At this point, you need to make sure that you shoot yourself in the foot so bad that they have to cut it off, which gives you a great story to tell the kids while you're teaching.
Now listen here. I can look at you and I can kind of see where your life is already going, and I understand why you want to get it in order. But I don't think that that's going to happen. I'm looking at you and I'm seeing if you became a teacher, you've got a little bit of the scrawny pedophile look to you. And what that's going to do is it's going to put you in prison. Okay? But I will tell you this much. When your ass is in prison, they will regiment you. You will have your life in order.
Okay, all right. Interesting advice. Who has a question? Who else has a question? question. Yeah, right here.
How can I train my dog not to bite me?
This man wants to train his dog to not bite him.
Well, there are a number of techniques. Old school would be to smack the dog every time he bites you, but that is wrong. Don't do that. You could potentially use good reinforcement or positive reinforcement so that every time the dog does not bite you, you give it a treat and you say good dog, you rub his belly. Probably the best advice that I could give you, because I'm kind of making this up right now, is to Google it. There are some wonderful books in the library. There are also some fantastic television shows about how to make animals love you. And so I think that would be a good place to start.
That's fine. If you want to train your dog not to bite you, you need a few tools. Peanut butter. You'll need a wire hanger. And you'll need a running car. All right? Now, what you need to do is make sure that you keep the dog with you at all times. All right? And have that peanut butter, that wire hanger, and that car ready to go at all times. So if that dog ever bites you, as soon as, this is key, as soon as the dog bites you, you have to dip the wire hanger in the peanut butter, ram it up the dog's butt, it will run under the car, then you can run over the dog's foot. I guarantee it won't bite you again.
I think what you may have is not a dog, but a wolf. Because I'm looking at you, and you've got kind of big hair a little, and you've got the bushy mustache. Not that there's anything against facial hair here, but I'm thinking you may have gotten lycanthropy and are going to be a werewolf. Because, you know, if it's biting you, and who knows who else is biting, it's going to get out there and catch something, and you're going to get sick, and you're going to wake up one time in the middle of the night with your wife or your girlfriend, and you're going to be like, ah! And just reach over and tear her head off. That's bad.
Okay, all right, some more very interesting advice. We have time for another. Yes, sir. We have a question right here.
What is menstruation and how do I do it?
Oh, wow. Okay. This man would like to know, first off, this is a two-parter. First off, what exactly menstruation is, and then he would like to be able to do that. So how does he do it?
Okay, menstruation is the time, a very special time when she finds out that she will be a woman. And it involves her lady parts, cycles of moon, and lots of chocolate. Now, it's going to be kind of pricey in order to be able to do it. I'm thinking hormone shots, a lot of them, and also probably a uterine transplant. But that's just kind of off the top of my head. Rough.
Well, I always understood menstruation to be simply a reason to do whatever you want. And I have a much cheaper solution to being able to menstruate. Sign up for Netflix, Hulu Plus, go to Hollywood Video, those still exist, and rent Steel Magnolias. Watch that for a week straight, and if you are still alive, you will then begin menstruating again after having watched it the last time.
Menstruation has a very simple explanation. It's the reason your girlfriend won't fuck you 5 days out of a month. It is a curse from God on men and women both. And it's also what led to the invention of porn. Now, if you want to menstruate, there is a very simple way. You sit down like this, kind of spread eagle, and you get a big knife like that. And you just jam it in your taint. You will bleed. Thank you.
twin, and I ended up having to look at her sister's picture in order to get it up when I'm trying to have sex with her. So I guess for shall perhaps switch over to my sister-in-law.
This man needs help figuring out if he should stay married to his wife or leave her for her sister, who he finds, her twin sister, who he finds more sexually arousing.
Okay, it depends on the nature of your relationship with your wife, how honest you want to be. If she has a violent streak, he probably just wants a lie. But I know a few really good marital counselors who would be able to sit down with you both to kind of talk through your issues, and you may actually be able to rediscover and rekindle the attraction that you had for your wife without having to look at your sister. If not, you'll definitely have lots of, I don't know, ideas and anger and pain to beat off to it.
I say, instead of concerning yourself with whether or not you should divorce your wife, sister, go have sex with the mother in the hopes of producing another set of twins that will take the place of them both. Great advice.
I'm not a very smart man, but if you're attracted to her sister, I'm guessing they're not identical twins. So, what you're going to have to do is think first. If you bang the other one, you're going to get divorced. Divorce can be very costly, and you can lose everything. That's bad. What you're going to do is you're going to maybe get on Craigslist or somewhere else on the internet where maybe you can find somebody who might be able to take your wife on a very long trip. That will keep you from getting divorced. And if she doesn't come back, oh well. So, then what you're going to do is go over to the sister's house and say, hey, I'm sad and grievy because your sister's gone. And then you're going to bang her. And that's what you're wanting. Problem solved.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good hand for these guys. All right, we got a few more lessons ready for the next game. Let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! This game is for all our players. Let's give a round of applause for all our players. This game is called I Like My Women. You guys know that old adage, I like my women like I like mine. You guys are going to help us fill the blank, and these guys are going to make it funny for you. So, the first thing I need is, what's something interesting you might buy at Walmart?
Light bulb.
Light bulb. I like my women like I like my light bulb.
I like my women like I like my light bulb. Right.
Yeah.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs. I get switch and she better do it.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs, hot and cheap.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs, broken.
I like my light bulbs with 3 settings.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs, over my head.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs in packs of 4.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs. Easily replaceable.
I like my women like I like my light bulbs, burned out.
All right, let's go.
That's the best time.
How about, what's something strange that the UPS man might deliver?
Candy.
I'm sorry?
Candy?
Candy. Candy. Oh, I'm sorry.
I like my women like I like my candy stuck to my teeth.
I like my women like I like my candy covered in chocolate.
I like my women like I like my candy, melting in my mouth.
I like my women like I like my candy. Choking hazard.
I like my women like I like my candy with a creamy center.
I like my women like I like my candy. Free on Halloween.
Candy Swiss.
I like my women like I like my candy, stolen from a baby.
I like my women like I like my candy full of my nuts.
Okay, all right, let's get another one. How about something besides a dead hooker that we might find in your trunk? What? A vibrator in your trunk. You know? I like my women like I like my vibrators.
I like my women like I like my vibrators.
clean and unused.
We have time for one more. What's something strange that we might find in the back of your fridge?
Moldy salad.
Moldy salad. I like my women like I like my moldy salad.
I like my women like I like my moldy salad.
I like my women like I like my moldy salad.
Stank it.
I like my moldy salad under saran wrap.
I like my women like I like my moldy salad. Kind of runny.
I like my women like I like my moldy salad, covered in something that looks like ranch dressing.
AJ and JD. All right, this next game is for AJ and JD. So big hand for AJ and JD. This game is called Cyrano. What's happening here is JD is going to play our lovely Roxanne. AJ is going to play our ever so vigorous and valiant Christian, and he is here to woo Roxanne. That's kind of hard to say. Woo Roxanne. Anyway, moving on. Okay, just me. All right. So at some point, he's going to need your all's help. He's going to say, "Hey, Roxanne, your eyes remind me of," and he'll turn to you guys and call for Cyrano's help. You guys help him fill the blank. He's got to justify it. We'll go on from there. So, no suggestion needed to start this. After you guys.
My dearest Roxanne, my, how gorgeous you are. It is so lovely to have happened upon you. You are the loveliest woman in the world. I have never seen anyone whose smile is as bright as yours. Your bright is so lovely. Your smile, it's like Cyrano.
Snakes.
Your smile is like snakes.
Snakes?
Yes, they're like snakes. It's like snakes because nothing is as smooth as your smile, Roxanne. Nothing shimmers and glimmers and glistens like your smile. It is that which tempts everyone. Snakes, your smile, Garden of Eden, yes. I shall further explain. Your smile is like snakes. It is so truly glorious because I know that when I see a snake, that I should run. And when I see your smile, my heart runs. It skips several beats. 1, 2, 5, 2, 9. Every time I see your smile, it's like a snake. Yes. I would love to compliment you all day, Roxanne, because when I see your, oh my God, your earlobes, those beautiful, dainty little earlobes, they remind me of Cyrano.
Ketchup.
Reptilian man.
Jello.
They remind me of soap scum.
Did you say soap scum?
Yes, I said soap scum. And I tell you that's a good thing. You know why it's a good thing?
What?
Because soap scum is impossible to remove. And when I see your earlobes, it is impossible to remove that lust for your earlobes out from my heart. Earlobes, my love. Earlobes. One day I will be able to take your hand in marriage. You will take mine. We will be together hand in marriage. And oh, if I were able to hold those hands. Oh, to hold those hands for life. Those beautiful hands. Those hands are like
Germany!
hands are like Germany.
Germany?
Yes, my love. Your hands, those beautiful, beautiful hands are like Germany. Because I can imagine that when you get those hands on me, you'll know when to give up. You didn't like that one. my love. Because those hands, they are so glorious. They are glorious. Your hands are like Germany because in the winter, Germany is uninhabitable. When the world is uninhabitable, I will find comfort and refuge in those hands. My love. No? All right, my love. I shall find a way to convince you of why your hands are so beautiful and like Germany. Your hands are like Germany because Germany gave us the schnitzel. And I know, oh, I know that if you let me have your hand, I will give you. My heart. Yes, Lord! My, you are certainly being difficult, my love, aren't you? But anything worth having is worth working for, isn't it? And no, look at you, my love, those lovely, lovely hips. My love, I would work for those hips because those hips are like Cyrano.
Miley Cyrus!
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus?
Yes, your hips are like Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus?
Yes. That is what your hips are like. They are like Miley Cyrus. Yes, because Miley Cyrus is like a wrecking ball. And those hips, my love, would knock down anything that was standing in our way.
Say the sweetest thing.
I sure do.
All right, we've got one game left for you guys. Before we get to that, have you guys had a good time tonight or what? These guys have been Improv Anonymous. You can find them on Facebook. I believe that's facebook.com/ImprovAnonymous. And you can also follow them on Twitter at Improv Anonymous. Okay, that's it. You can follow them there, find them there, keep up with everything they're doing. You can also learn more about them on the website of the improv troupe that I belong to, which is Damaged Goods Improv. Our website is damgoodnation.com. That's damgoodnation.com. And they have their own page on there. You can find out more about them there as well. We'd also like to give a big hand to the Bardstown and the staff who works here. Make sure to take care of your bartenders and your servers tonight. They're the hardest working people in the building. So the last thing we have is a game for everybody. So everybody come on up here. Big hand for all these guys. And this is a game called Bitch Concerto. And for this, we're going to have a special guest join us on stage, Mr. Stephen Gerhardt. Big hand for Stephen Gerhardt. He's also a part of the Damaged Goods. And what's going to happen here is Stephen's going to conduct a symphony for you guys, and it's a symphony of bitching. And so each of these players needs something to bitch about. Stephen has the power to raise them in volume, lower them in volume, start and stop them, whatever he chooses to do. So what I need for you guys, for Aaron, is what's your least favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Cranberry relish.
Cranberry relish, all right? And for JD, how about which football team do you hate the most?
Patriots.
Cowboys. We'll go with Cowboys. You hate Cowboys. Saria, how about who is your least favorite guest at Thanksgiving dinner?
Weird Uncle Mike.
Weird Uncle Mike is. And for Tom, how about your least favorite place to shop on Black Friday?
FAO Schwartz.
FAO Schwartz. Okay, for Kim, what pisses you off the most about cooking and/or baking?
All the children in the kitchen.
Children in the kitchen. The children in the kitchen. And for AJ here, where is the worst place you've ever had to go to for Thanksgiving dinner?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Corpus Christi.
start us off.
Cranberry relish sauce.
Cowboys. You're nothing like it.
FAO Schwartz.
Those darn kids in the kitchen.
Corpus Christi, Texas.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mitch Concerto. All right, everybody, if you would, take a big deep breath. And relax. Let's get you guys warmed up. Everybody, deep breath. And relax. And begin.
See, what I hate about Corpus Christi, Texas, is that every other city you know with 2 words in it rocks. Los Angeles, New York. But Corpus Christi sucks. It sucks. But that's what I hate about Corpus Christi. It tricks you into going because you think, oh, it's 2 cities, 2 words, it's going to be great. But no, when you get there, it's Corpus Christi.
You know what everyone thinks is a great story? Hansel and Gretel. But it's not so damn great now, is it, when it's your sister? Let me tell you something. I was there, man. I saw everything. It was horrible.
I hate shopping at FAO Schwartz, especially because we don't even have one here to shop at, and that makes it really hard. But if you were to go to one, it's this big store that has all kinds of stuff, and you're like, what do I want? Go with this, and it's Black Friday, and oh my God, we're going to kill this guy because he won't get out of the line.
I stayed away from my family for 5 years, and I come back and Uncle Mike at our Thanksgiving table. I thought I could kind of get away from this guy, but he seems to always just kind of creep back in each year.
But I generally like people who wear jeans all the time along with short and sharp boots. But there's a thing about cowboys that I really haven't been able to articulate before now. And it is the jockeyage. Okay? It's the chaps. They're too tight. The hats are too gauche. And I generally have an issue with people who have bovine animals in their names.
Okay, can I be real with you for a minute? Anything that comes out of a can has no place on my Thanksgiving table, okay? For real. Like relish, what is it? It's not even real food. Like, if you can make it, it's food. If it comes out of a can, it's kind of nasty. And you know the deal with cans these days is too much iron, too much of this, might make you ill. We don't really know right now. It's not safe to eat cranberry sauce.
Still waiting in line? Maybe you could open another register. There's only 800 people here. Come on, move it. We've got to get in time here. I've got stuff to wrap. I've got to go home. I've got to drive. It's a long trip home.
And I was going to get everything they had. I just didn't know those at all. But you know what they did? They just put it over the wall. And I was going to just have to smack those children around with my hand. But
You know what the weather's like in Corpus Christi? Hot. It's hot in the summer. You go in the winter, it's hot. What kind of stupid city is that where it's always hot? That's dumb. I hate being hot, and I hate Corpus Christi. I hate it because it tricks me into going.
They get all this glory, right? They get all this glory for me.
Potatoes. You don't have one very green beans, sweet potatoes. She makes them
I hate FAO